Welcome to another edition of Watching the Game of Sports Show. I'm your host, Idris Mohammed Kudemi, again joined by Adam Musleh and Awad Isa. We were off on Friday
What's up?
for Labor Day weekend, and now we are back on Monday. Finally, week one of the NFL season, but we'll get to that later. Let's start with the four NBA conference semifinals going on right now, beginning with Heat Bucks. So the last we talked to you, it was 1-0 Heat, but then the Heat went up 2-0. Then the Bucks blew a lead and went down 3-0. Then yesterday, Giannis had 20 points in like 10 minutes of playing, re-injured his ankle. We don't know if he'll be back for the next game. And then Chris Middleton and the rest of the Bucks finally woke up. They were able to beat the Heat in overtime. So I think um I hope maybe the Bucks can get one more game off them, but I don't think they will, especially without Giannis. I mean, they
Nope.
still barely won.
No,
Giannis,
it's a gentleman's sweep.
Giannis was holding the Bucks back.
It's
It's obvious.
it's gonna be a gentleman's sweep.
The funny thing is, gentleman's sweep would be you're down 3-0, you win one at home just to get the fans happy, and then you lose after that. But I mean,
This actually might be
well,
good for the Heat, just to lose. See how it feels like. Since they were swept the Pacers and almost swept the Bucks.
I feel you. I mean,
Jimmy played passive towards the end of
He
regulation.
only took
He
one.
played
He
passive.
only took one shot that whole game until yeah, overtime.
they could
That was
still
kind of pissing me
win.
off. He
They could
played.
still win with Jimmy playing passively.
Yeah, true. But he's supposed to be the star.
Mm.
Like you're out there giving it to Goran
Well,
Dragic and
he's not.
who
He's
was it?
not taking shots if he doesn't need to.
I mean, yesterday was Bam's game, and Hero in overtime was great.
Oh yeah,
Um,
he did hit a clutch
True.
shot.
Yeah.
I think
Tried to keep
Hero's
him
gonna
in
be
it.
absolutely amazing,
Yeah.
and
Facts.
Bam's already absolutely amazing. So we still
This team's gonna
probably
be even better next year.
The Heat, yeah.
Hmm.
They're still young.
don't know if Giannis will be back for game 5.
There's a chance
Uh,
because he wanted to
I
come
think
back to the game.
I really don't think he should play unless they get a game 6.
I
Then
think if they
maybe.
if they leave it up to Giannis, he'll probably play. But if they don't give him a choice, they gotta if they don't want him to play, then they can't leave it up to him because he's
I'm.
definitely gonna want to play.
This is seriously similar to KD last year with the Warriors. You're down 3-1.
Yeah,
Your last ditch attempt. Obviously it's a little different because they won without Giannis, whereas the Warriors didn't really win without KD against the Raptors. But we saw what happened to KD. He tore his Achilles. Maybe it's not as severe of an injury for Giannis,
yeah.
but anything bad, especially because it's a shorter off season, well, it won't be
Hmm.
good. It
Yeah,
won't be like
I think
it's
he just
not, and
sits out.
I don't want to hear anyone being like, "Oh yeah, that means Giannis will want to leave." Like no,
I thought his
but
contract was
it's
for one more year. I didn't know it expired this year.
no. It is for one more year, but you know how people are. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, let's start talking about it now. Like just leave it alone until then.
Wait, it's for one more year? I
Yeah.
thought it
I
was a
don't know
free
what's
agent
that.
this year.
Everybody's leaving. Giannis is leaving this year and all that stuff. I was so confused.
Idiots.
They also think that the Bucks will actually just be like, "Oh yeah, let's trade him."
Yeah.
No, they're not
People
going to trade him unless he asks to be
yeah,
traded,
people were putting
and I
him in
very
like
much doubt he'll do
yeah,
that.
people were putting him in like in Heat jerseys. They even putting his son in Heat jerseys. I'm so confused.
The jersey swaps get out of
Yeah, it's
hand.
crazy. It's like the Lakers and Warriors and Heat. It's like the only three teams that have been doing it.
True. And the Knicks. But the Knicks suck, so it doesn't matter.
Well, we know he's 100% not going there.
Well, it doesn't matter. This series is over. tomorrow when they play again.
Yeah, I got a 8-5. Um,
I
Bucks
actually
crashing
am
out.
shocked by the Heat, though.
I mean,
Bucks crashing out.
I kind of expected this, but I didn't know they were gonna like almost sweep them.
True.
The Bucks
I thought they would
crashing
put up a
out.
better fight.
Yeah.
I wonder. Obviously, there's gonna be quite a few changes. Obviously, what those changes will be,
Firing of a head coach.
I
I
don't
think
think so.
I,
I
I
mean,
think Budenholzer gets fired. He's a regular season coach.
Yeah, like he did with the Hawks
He
too.
did, yeah, he did the same thing with the Hawks when they had Jeff Teague and all
but
of them.
who are you
Al
gonna also
Horford.
that Hawks team was overrated. Like
They had 4 All-Stars, and there's literally their whole starting lineup was an All-Star team.
they had 4 All-Stars, but those All-Stars were Jeff Teague, Paul Millsap, and Al Horford.
And Kyle
I
Korver.
will not
They
slander
were
Kyle
cold
Korver.
back
They
then.
Kyle
were.
It was
Korver.
in their.
Kyle Korver
They
was a
went. They did
superstar.
go to the Eastern
Kyle Korver
Finals.
was a superstar.
They did go to the Eastern Finals, but they did get swept.
And they got destroyed.
Bull should have won it
They
that
were a
year
61
anyway.
team, so
Bull should have won it that year anyway.
cap.
That's the thing. The Eastern Conference semifinals was the deciding factor of who played in the finals, because either team would have beaten the Hawks.
Yeah. If it wasn't for that stupid, I'm so mad. Could have been.
Let's let's not. Anyway, we got the Heat in 5, and we will see as an interesting offseason will come up for the Bucks. Um, Next, let's go to the Rockets Lakers.
Washed King. 28 points, 11 rebounds, 9 assists.
Nobody called him washed.
Everyone called him washed. Year 17. They still can't guard him.
Those are only LeBron haters.
I got the. It was first game one was Friday.
That was a fluke
In
game.
which
That was a fluke game.
no,
It was a
it was
fluke.
not.
It was a fluke. Rockets are not winning it again.
Rockets
Dude,
outplayed the
if
Lakers
you
in
look,
all
if
facets of the
you no,
game.
listen. If you look at LeBron's
Harden at
history,
36.
if you look at LeBron's history, the game ones are always like he always has bad games, just like a feel out game, and then he bounces back game two, which is what they did.
Yeah, but they almost blew it.
AD
Yeah.
was
But
shut
then
down by
LeBron
PJ
put the
Tucker
dagger.
in game one.
Yeah, they fade away.
Dude, AD pisses me off. Like some days he'll play like he's the best player in the world, and other games he'll play like he's the fourth best player on the team. Like he'll still put up the stats, but just like if you actually watch the game, like it's just annoying.
I'm sorry, there's never a moment where he's the fourth best player on this team.
Maybe
There's
not
never a
fourth.
moment. I'm
Maybe
sorry.
not fourth. Maybe not fourth, but he
The
doesn't look as good as he
past
does sometimes.
also Lakers supporting cast is still struggling. Markieff Morris had a random amazing first quarter yesterday. But did nothing besides that though. It was really all they needed. I'll say Rondo had a very good game. Playoff
He
Rondo
did,
is,
yeah.
but I'm not sure he'll be able to put up this type of performance consistently. Like you said, this team is obviously better than the Rockets, but like the Rockets supporting cast to Harden and Westbrook is
Covington, yeah. Covington did
Gordon,
go off.
Covington,
Covington went off. I
what's
don't
his
see him
face?
having
Tucker.
the game he did yesterday.
They've all been playing well. Just yesterday, it was just AD and LeBron were playing out of their minds.
Yeah. Yeah, the problem is no depth for the Lakers. And didn't McGee get injured too?
Yeah, McGee got injured. That's a big
And
blow.
wasn't Howard hurt too yesterday?
I don't know.
I don't think Dwight played yesterday. Even
Yeah,
injured or not,
was he hurt or?
I'm not sure. I think they just didn't play him.
Yeah. Falling out of favor. Though again, they took LeBron out a couple times, and Rockets got right back in it. I mean,
Yeah, LeBron's
You know-
makes everybody better around him.
It's PTSD from those Cavs teams, man.
Yeah.
It's
there
just-
was. I really hope Scott Foster does not ref another freaking game ever again. Especially
Why is he
Rockets.
still allowed? Why is he still allowed to officiate? Like
Like
it's
I have,
obvious.
I've
Obviously, he has
not had
biases.
the only games I've had real complaints about in the bubble have been mostly Scott Foster games. Absolutely, I can't deal with that guy.
He's a goon. He's tough.
Um, Game three tomorrow. Um, if the Rockets definitely still have a chance in this series, but if Westbrook keeps playing the way he has been, they do not have a chance.
Did you see
I'm
what he
glad
said?
he admitted it. He was like, "I'm just running around out there," which is true. Yeah, he's running around, losing the ball, shooting 2 for 12.
God,
It's not exactly what you want.
he's not what he
If
used to be.
From your second star, you kind of need a lot more.
Lakers in 5 or 6.
I think it'd
I'm
probably go 6 with the Lakers winning.
I'm not too ready to decide who wins this.
You don't think the Lakers are winning?
Listen, man.
Dude, if Russ keeps playing the way he is, there's no way they win the series.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but if he starts playing
And they
better, and then the Lakers supporting cast keeps playing the way they've been playing,
didn't they
it's
play good against the
They
Blazers
played
too?
decent.
Yeah.
they played decent, but it also took amazing games from LeBron and AD to win when Westbrook wasn't playing well.
Yeah, but they're amazing players, so
You would expect to win by a larger margin. Maybe I'm making too big of a deal out of it, but
I think you kind of
concern
are.
the concern remains. I'll say
I think there's no concern. But
I'll
they only
say
had 58. They combined for like what 79 game 4 or no game 5 against the Blazers. And they only combined for like 50 something yesterday.
I'm pretty sure they had 34 and 28 or something like that. That's like 62.
that's pretty good.
I thought AD had 30. I don't know. He had 34.
Anyway, we'll see. I mean, I think this goes 7.
I don't think so.
No.
Um, all right. Moving on to Clippers Nuggets. So game one, the Nuggets looked really tired, very tired
So
indeed after the first
yeah,
quarter. So Clippers took advantage, beat them by 30-ish. They blew them out. This time,
It was the other
uh,
way around.
I don't know.
Clippers
Kawhi
almost
had
came back though.
this was
Kawhi
Kawhi's
had a
first
really
game,
bad game.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah,
of the bubble. 0
proved that
points
he
in the
was
fourth.
human.
I mean,
It's not gonna happen to him again though. He's gonna.
Yeah, I don't think it happens again. That's the thing.
oh yeah, definitely. And then like
Paul George showed up though, had 20 something points.
Beverly got ejected late in the game. That was kind of
I
funny.
honestly like how we're surprised every time Paul George scores more than 20 points. It's like it's like something
That
special.
that's bad.
Like
Oh
we
yeah,
shouldn't be surprised.
yeah. It's
But yeah,
he had
we
a
are.
pretty good game. He scored 24, even though he's supposed to score like 30 a game.
um, I think I said
Dude,
Clippers in 5 originally, maybe 6 now, but I
you
still
said
think
5 originally? That is kind
yeah,
of
I did.
disrespectful.
Then Nuggets can.
I
I think the Nuggets can sneak out one more game, but it's gonna be a close one.
If the Nuggets win this, it has to go to 7. Like I can't see them winning in 6.
No.
It's got to be like a game 7. Both teams are tired, and just Jamal Murray somehow goes crazy.
They That's the thing. Who else was it that went off? I'm trying to remember.
Game 7?
No,
Oh,
no, I'm talking about in the Clippers Nuggets game.
I can pull up the stats. I know Jokic and Murray combined for a really good game.
I mean, it's annoying me when Murray keeps doing this stuff. It's like, bro, stop. Bro,
You don't like
stop.
the way he plays? They had
No, I like the way he plays, but it's like
Harris had 13, Millsap had 13,
Oh yeah, no, no, that's what I was thought. Harris had like
Porter and Morris had
two.
10 and 11 off the bench.
Harris had a couple big shots late in the game that I was just like, damn, damn.
Damn, he shot good. He was 4 for 7. So yeah, I think Gary Harris is slowly starting to return to form.
Um, Clippers are finally at full health though for the first time in a while. So I think,
Yeah, that's scary.
I mean, they're basically both at full health. Minus the Nuggets don't have Will Barton. That kind of hurts. But aside from that, we're talking about fully healthy rosters for the most part. Clippers should have the rest of the series. Like we said, like Kawhi's not gonna shoot that badly ever again, at least for a
Hmm.
while.
Like
Um,
it's scary for the Nuggets because they only won by 9 and Kawhi had 10 points. So
oh yeah,
Yeah, but they were
definitely.
like blowing them out for a lot of the games.
true.
Then they
Yeah, they
just
were winning by a lot, but like they never put them away, you know.
yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
So
The
they
largest lead was 20. Oh,
yeah.
it was a what's it called? It was an end-to-end win. The Clippers never led.
Mm.
Yeah,
No
that's
ties,
something.
zero lead changes.
They play tonight. I got the Clippers bouncing back tonight.
I do as well, but it would be really cool if the
Yeah,
Nuggets came out and shocked the world and won again.
no, Clippers is winning it today.
Do we see any chance of the Nuggets upsetting them?
No,
I give them I give them a 5% chance.
that's too much.
Nah, bro, just because Murray and Jokic are so good.
Why revenge game incoming?
Facts, he's about to drop like 50. Celtics Raptors.
Raptors winning
Um.
it.
Well, yeah. The last time we were talking about this, well, I think
Celtics are up 2-0.
the Celtics were up 2-0 last time we talked about this, and we were like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, the Raptors probably are done.
No, we didn't. We said they still have a chance. They were in the situation
Yeah, but
last year against the
we were all
Bucks.
like, oh yeah, Celtics should have this.
Yeah.
Now it's 2-2
The,
after
Ra- the
OG
crazy
Anunoby
how
saved them.
Raptors have momentum now.
crazy how one shot. Yeah, it's crazy how one shot just flipped the series completely.
Yeah.
It's too bad because that amazing pass by Kemba right before the shot to Daniel Tice
Hmm.
was overshadowed.
Yeah.
Too bad.
That was a
It was
nasty pass.
nasty indeed. Um,
Now that Lowry pass was probably better though. Where he had to throw it over Taco Fall
oh yeah,
across the whole court.
Hmm. That
and
was a
then
beautiful pass.
Yeah.
game 4.
OG, I can't even say his name. OG Anunoby is probably like their best player, like their best performing player right now.
Game
To be
4,
honest.
Lowry,
Yeah.
Nice.
Siakam controlled the game. They both played like 44 minutes. They played literally the entire game.
Yeah.
Yeah, they practically did. Yeah,
I like Lowry.
Lowry didn't even shoot that well. If it was 5 for 16, he was just gunning.
He was having his usual Lowry performance when he's not shooting well. I can credit.
This is a series now. I think this is gonna go 7 now.
This one's a flip of a coin. Like you don't know.
Obviously now Game 5, the all important Game 5. I think whoever wins this game probably wins the
Yeah,
series.
probably.
That's usually how it goes.
I wonder if
Yeah,
Gordon Hayward would come back. That would be interesting.
he's still out.
If it was a Game 7, maybe.
Yeah, but I think he doesn't affect them that much though.
Yeah, he's like a 10 to 15 point a game dude,
Oh, I mean, I don't know.
and he gives them defense. I'm pretty sure. If the I was the game yesterday, Mark Jackson was talking. If the Celtics If the Celtics get past the Raptors and then they get Gordon Hayward for the next series, they might be able to win the championship
The,
or at least
I
make the
Yeah,
finals
I think whoever wins this series is going to the finals.
from the East. Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe the Heat can sneak in, but
I got I know they don't have the momentum right now, but I think with the amount of minutes they're playing, I think the Raptors will start getting tired soon enough, and the
yeah,
Celtics should be able to pull the series out.
they had three starters play 40 plus minutes. Fred Van Vliet, Lowry, and Siakam all played
Plus,
40 plus.
Jalen Brown had a really bad game. Game
The
4.
bricklayer missed 14 shots.
I'm sure he'll be able to bounce back.
Yeah, he should
I
be able to
got
bounce back.
So tonight I got the Celtics bouncing back today. Game 6 going to the Raptors, and then Game 7 to the Celtics.
I got
Yeah,
the
Um,
I have
I got the
Raptors.
I think I got the Raptors in 7.
Raptors 7. This game, I don't see this going in 6.
it is indeed.
Unless Hayward is able to come back for that game 7, then I think the Celtics will take it.
Mm-hmm.
I think that does it for the NBA games.
Um, yeah, we'll probably just a note to say in here. We know that college football season kind of started this weekend. Um, we'll hopefully be coming at you with some sort of college football preview for the Big 12 and ACC and SEC. Um, Obviously, I hope they figure something out. Let the Big 10 and Pac 12 play too. But that's for another day. Anyway, let's continue with our NFL preview. It's finally week 1. Uh, I'm so glad for that. At least, like,
3 more
kind of
days.
crazy. Kind of
4
3
crazy.
more
We're gonna have
days.
NFL starting at the same time as conference
The NBA.
semifinals, conference finals in the NBA. You
Yeah.
know, and at the same time as um NHL Stanley Cup
Baseball.
conference finals.
Doesn't baseball's playoffs start soon as well?
3 weeks.
Dude, it's about to
ML,
be. It's about to be so
MLB
fun.
playoffs soon. It's gonna be kind of crazy, honestly. Plus the aforementioned college football season.
If it
Hmm.
happens.
Great time for us sports fans. So
Facts.
let's
Facts.
continue with our NFL preview. We'll start with the AFC today. Starting with the AFC North. Um, we'll begin with the Ravens. Last the AFC, the number 1 seed in the AFC last year. Uh, they went 14-2 last year. Ended the regular season with 12 straight wins, but then I don't know what it was. Came out flat in the divisional playoffs. Lost to the Titans. Very disappointing end to a fantastic season.
Hmm.
There, obviously, Lamar Jackson MVP's back. Mark Ingram's back. They drafted J.K. Dobbins, so
That
that'll
was
help. That should
that was
help
a
keep
great
them.
pick.
That should help keep them as the number 1 rushing offense in the NFL. Um, Marquise Brown should take a sophomore leap. As should Miles Boykin. They also drafted Devin Duvernay and James Prost to go along with Willie Snead. They traded Hayden Hurst.
For
So
picks.
now the tight end snaps will all go to Mark Andrews and Nick Boyle. Offensive line still one of the best in the league, even after losing Marshall Yanda to retirement. They still have
Yeah.
best tackle in the league in Ronnie Stanley. Defensive side of the ball, very much improved. They got Calais Campbell. They got Derek Wolf. They lost Michael Pierce,
Earl
but
Thomas.
they
They lost
drafted
Earl Thomas.
Justin Madden Buke. They lost Earl Thomas
But
very
that could have been a
recently as
positive for
well.
them, though.
But I'm sure the players don't mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Matthew Judon on the edge, along with who's on the other edge?
Who? Oh.
They were gonna get what's his face.
Pernell McPhee's not on that team anymore.
They almost got Jadavion actually, but they just
That
couldn't
would have
make.
been scary. That would have been scary.
I think Jalen Ferguson, the guy they picked in the third round last year, is the other edge. Inside linebacker, they lost Patrick Onwuasor, but they drafted Patrick Queen round one.
That's another good pick.
Yeah, I like that pick. The dude from
Yeah, the
LSU.
consensus on this team is that they had an amazing draft. That was probably true.
Uh huh.
In defensive secondary, they still have top secondary with
Marcus
uh
Peters,
Marcus
Marcus
Peters
Peters,
and Jimmy
Marlon
Smith.
Jimmy
Humphrey,
Smith.
Jimmy Smith. They only lost what's his face, Brandon Carr from the cornerbacks, but it doesn't really matter that much because and then while they lose,
Oh, they did get Pernell McPhee. They brought back Pernell McPhee.
yeah, but he's probably not starting.
Yeah, he's kind of washed now.
Yeah, Jalen Ferguson is listed as a starter, and then you got Tavon Young as a nickelback. Chuck Clark did very well. So two new safeties. Last year they started with Tony Jefferson and Earl Thomas. This year it'll be Chuck Clark, who did very well last year, and Deshaun Elliott.
Hmm.
And they obviously still have the GOAT, Justin Tucker.
Yeah, they should be good.
I think it'll be great again.
I mean,
I think, I think
I don't think they're gonna be
I
what they
think
were
the
last year.
NFC. So I'm on the idea that the NFC is stronger than the AFC. That the NFC, the AFC has. There's only like I'm not saying the AFC is going to be boring, but I think only the Ravens and the Chiefs are the teams I would actually pick to make the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I agree. I can't see. I'm trying to think of teams in the AFC. I can't think of anyone else like beating them.
Like
I was gonna say the Patriots, but
nah, they lost like half the team opted out.
yeah,
Yeah,
they still have Bill
It would
Belichick
be
though.
some absolute Belichick Houdini to do that. The Bills
Belichick
are
would be the
good.
greatest coach in all of sports if they made the Super Bowl this year.
Oh, without a
Like
doubt.
in all sports history, just like number one.
The Bills are good, but I don't believe in Josh Allen to make
I
the
don't
Super Bowl. Um,
know. They're Super Bowl good.
the Texans are
Colts
will be
are
held. The
Colts and
Texans will be
The
Texans.
held
Colts,
back
no,
by the Colts. Maybe I
no,
could see.
no. They're not that good. I don't think they're not that good.
I don't know. In terms of the Ravens record, I think I got them going 13-3.
They're 12-4,
Um,
13-3.
they do. It's definitely a hard schedule. It's definitely a hard schedule. I mean, they start
I
at
think
home against the
they'll
Browns.
split with the
Then they play Houston.
play the Texans.
They did blow out Houston last year. Then the Chiefs.
Yeah,
Can't wait for that game.
that'll be
Uh,
another great game. Prime time too.
I just don't see Lamar Jackson having the same year as he did last year. I really don't.
I don't think he'll have as good of a year, but he won't like have a dramatic drop off. It
No,
won't be
he'll
like
no, he's gonna be good, but not like amazing.
maybe
it'll still be good enough to get some.
Yeah.
he won't have like 1,200 rushing yards, but I would still pencil him in for at least
His defense are gonna adjust to that
35.
I think he.
At
I
least
think he takes this
3,500
next
passing
step.
yards, 800 rushing yards.
Yeah, he takes the next step in terms of passing.
Oh yeah, he probably got
Like I said, I mean, there's nothing.
13-3 is a good projection for them.
12-4, 13-3. Colin Cowherd has him at
'Cause
16-0.
They
Don't know
could if they beat the Chiefs. If they beat the Chiefs, then they might be able to. But I think they'll split with the Steelers. I think the Steelers will be better than they were last year, and then they'll lose to the Cowboys.
Maybe to
So
the Cowboys. I
is
mean,
everybody losing to the Cowboys then?
no, I
I
mean,
mean, every time we look at the schedule, like, oh, they're probably gonna lose to the Cowboys.
I'm not on that. I mean, but yeah, 12-5,
12 and
11-4.
12-5.
12 and 5.
I mean, no, my
12,
bad.
yeah, 12-4, 13-3.
Yeah. Um. All right. Moving on to the next team. We
The
got
Browns.
Cleveland.
off-season Super Bowl champions, Cleveland Browns. Um. Baker Mayfield had a very good rookie year, but followed it up with a pretty bad sophomore year. He threw 14 interceptions, I think, and only 16 touchdowns. Something like it was not a good year for him.
Mhm.
But Nick Chubb is back. Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt, one of the better running back duos in the league. Um,
They probably have the best running back core.
Jarvis Landry, Odell Beckham Jr., obviously another very good wide receiver duo. LSU guys. Rashard Higgins has decent chemistry with Baker Mayfield.
Austin Hooper.
Um, yeah, they signed Austin Hooper to a pretty big
They
deal,
still have David Njoku.
and still have David Njoku, who apparently doesn't want to trade anymore. So they have a great running back duo, great receiver duo, great tight end duo. Um,
Is their own line any good?
they drafted Jedrick Wills for left tackle,
Hey,
tenth
that was a
overall.
great pick because
Yeah.
they needed offensive
Bet-
line.
Betonio and Treader are good. Jack Conklin they signed to a big deal from Tennessee. Their only weak spot in the OL on paper right
Yeah,
now is right guard. So honestly, they've set up Baker to, and they fired Freddie Kitchens too. Forgot to mention that, who was absolutely terrible
this team
last
will
year.
go. This
They
team will go
hired
as far as Baker can
Stefanski.
take them at this point.
So everything is set up for Baker to succeed this year.
Is their
It
defense
will.
any good?
Uh, defenses are. I mean, this is the same thing we were saying last year. The Browns look great on paper. Defense.
They
They
drafted.
almost.
It's the
They were.
coaching. I don't know if Kevin Stefanski is gonna.
Uh, obviously they have Miles Garrett.
I think
Um,
did Grant Delpit get injured? Because I know they drafted him, but did he get injured?
who?
Grant Delpit. They
Oh
drafted him in the
yeah.
second round.
Oh yeah, Grant. So they lost Grant Delpit for the season, which really sucks because they were. I mean, I was really high on him,
Yeah,
so that's
same.
pretty big loss. But
That's
um,
upsetting, but
their linebackers are a little weak. Um, they're relying on some guy they drafted in the third round last year, Sion Takitaki. Dope name.
they also
Taki
drafted another one in
Taki.
the third. They also drafted another one in the third round
They
this
drafted
year.
Jacob Phillips. Yeah. They
Yeah.
signed B.J. Goodson. He was decent.
Hmm.
Olivier Vernon, Larry Ogunjobi, Sheldon Richardson make up a formidable D line. Um, Defensive back Denzel Ward and Greedy Williams should be decent. Safeties a little weak right now. Um, they did trade for Ronnie Harrison a couple days ago, but Carl Joseph and Andrew Sendejo not a great safety starting group. But I mean, still this. I mean, with all the talent they have, that shouldn't be too big of an issue.
I think.
Uh,
Yeah, I think they'll be good this year. They might be a playoff team.
I've got them going. Let's see.
7-9.
Hmm. Let's see. They have some easy ones. They play the Bengals, the football team. They play the Bengals twice. They could easily 2-0 them. They play the Jaguars, the Jets, and the Giants. They have a lot of easy wins on their schedule.
Hmm.
If they could take care of the easy wins, as in like the Jaguars, the Giants, the Jets, the football team, and then the Bengals twice. They have to beat the Bengals twice, and then they can, if they can split with the Steelers, and then be either the Eagles or the, or where did they put the Eagles and the Cowboys? Yeah, if they can beat either the Eagles or the Cowboys, then I think they can easily make the playoffs as like a 10-win team.
Yeah, I've got them. I think I've got them going 10-6, 9-7. They should be in the
Yeah.
mix
There you go.
for
That's a long shot.
solid wild card spot.
I think they're 7-9. I don't think they're not that. I don't think they're that good.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
First off,
interesting.
Odell's extremely overrated. He's not
I
what
think
he
he
was.
bounces back. I think he bounces back this year.
Don't think so. I don't think Jarvis Landry is what people says he is. I think Baker Mayfield's gonna have a better season than last year, but it's not gonna like make them extremely good.
Mm.
I don't know. And I don't think Austin Hooper is gonna be that good.
Honestly, I can see where you're coming from. I can definitely see
Yeah.
where you're coming from, but I completely disagree.
All right, let's move on to the Bengals. Number one overall pick, Joe Burrow, in the house now. Um,
In the house.
he's he's got Joe Mixon as his running back, who just got a new deal.
Yeah.
Then wide receiver, he's got a bunch of good receivers.
They drafted T.
AJ
Higgins.
Green, hopefully a healthy AJ Green. You got Tyler Boyd, who filled in very well for him last year.
John Ross.
They drafted T. Higgins.
John Ross.
John Ross was
Dude, I'm
doing
waiting.
pretty.
I'm waiting for John Ross to live up to his hype, dude. I was a big
Honestly,
fan of his in college. I'm kind of
was
He's
disappointed.
another Henry Ruggs. Henry Ruggs
He
is
was
gonna be exactly like him.
he was finally doing pretty well early last year. Then he got hurt again. They also have Auden Tate, who's been a nice gem for them. Tight end is a big question mark. They drafted Drew Sample in the second round last year, but he did not play that well last year.
Uh-huh.
I believe he had like 5 catches or something. He did not have a very good year. Um, Offensive line, they drafted Jonah Williams last year in the first round, but he got injured. He never played.
Draft picks have a tough time staying healthy.
They don't have a great offensive line, so that's the only thing I'd be worried about. But Joe Burrow excels at escaping from pressure, so it might not be too big of a deal. But obviously, there's going to be a learning curve. Um, Defensive side of the ball, you have Carlos Dunlap,
Geno Atkins.
Geno Atkins. They signed DJ Reader from Houston. Decent defensive line. A lot of questions at linebacker. Not a lot of guys with a lot of experience.
They lost Schobert.
Oh no, Schobert was from the Browns, not the Bengals.
Oh, I thought. Never mind.
Um, yeah, both the Browns and the Bengals.
I don't know why we were talking about the Browns for like 2 seconds.
They got Von Bell from the Saints.
They got Von Bell. They also got
Trey Waynes.
Kenny Alexander and Trey Waynes
Yeah,
from Minnesota.
Minnesota.
So I mean, this is rare. Cincinnati doesn't spend that much in free agency.
It's just
So-
I think the worst part is their linebacking core.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Their defensive line is in no means bad. I like these guys with Hubbard, Atkins, Dunlap. That's very good, but their linebackers kind of suck.
I think I'm not sure why, but I'm pretty sure the game they're telecasting for CBS, the late game, is Bengals Chargers. I don't know what made them pick that game, but
Wait, for week 1?
Because maybe they thought
that's the one.
maybe
That's the
thought
one
Oh,
in my area.
because of Joe Burrow.
but like still, that's a weird game to pick.
You know what I was surprised by? I was surprised that they just like cut Andy Dalton right away. I thought that maybe they would keep Andy Dalton to like help teach Burrow, but I guess they just wanted nothing to do with him.
They should have done that.
He probably is just like, let me see if I can win a ring. I mean, it's much cooler to be the Cowboys' backup quarterback because they'll probably a
Then the
playoff
Bengals
team,
backup
and
backup.
if Dak gets hurt somehow, he has a bunch of weapons offensively. Um.
Yeah.
Anyway, so in terms of the Bengals' record, so they start versus the Chargers at Cleveland at Philadelphia versus Jacksonville. Um. Interesting starts. Uh,
I don't think they'll make a crazy jump, but they'll definitely be better than last
5 and
year.
11.
Yeah, another like 5-11, 6-10 year. They play the Jaguars. I think they can beat the Jaguars. I think they can beat the Washington football team. Maybe beat the Giants. Maybe beat the Dolphins. So that's 4 wins right there. Maybe they can sneak one against the Chargers.
yeah, I think they're
Why is
like you're
why
saying
is
5-11.
Thursday night football week 2 is the Browns and Bengals? Why is that a thing?
Joe Burrow.
Yeah, I think 5-11, 4-12 sounds about right. You know, they're definitely better than last year, but still not the best. Still the fourth best team in their division.
Yeah.
Yeah, just unfortunate.
So
All right, let's move on to the last team, the Steelers. So, um, Steelers went. Yeah, Steelers went 8-8 last year. Um, best. I think the best defense in the league. Them and the Patriots last season
their defense
specifically.
carried them.
Um, Ben Roethlisberger got hurt in the second game of the season. Had to be out for the entire season. Um, he's back now. If he can stay healthy and play somewhat decently, this should be a playoff team. James Conner also was pretty banged up last year. They have Benny Snell behind him, and they drafted Anthony McFarland this year.
So they'll have a decent running back core.
They signed Derek Watt. Um, very underrated group of receivers. Um,
I think the receivers will be good this year with Juju, and
Juju,
I think
James
Deontay.
Washington, Deontay Johnson, fantasy sleeper. Keep him down.
I'm
If
just
you
gonna
don't
say
Yeah,
have
I
him,
think
I'm just gonna
you
say this.
should definitely get him.
This is gonna be
Uh,
Big Ben's best year by
you
far.
think
really.
so.
Yeah. His Lord and Savior Jesus Christ is on his side right now. Due to him uh going again, he's done with his porn addiction. He doesn't rape children anymore.
What, bro? All
He's
right,
turning to
all right,
Jesus'
chill, chill.
side. Jesus is gonna help him lead the ball straight to the wide receiver's hands. So yeah, this is gonna be a best year.
Disclaimer: I do not know what that was. I think we were hacked. I think Adam's been hacked. Moving on.
Someone got into the call. I don't know how this
Uh,
happened.
at tight end, they have Vance McDonald and Eric Ebron. I like that group right there. Another couple
Mm.
weapons for Big Ben. Um, offensive line, they still have one of the top offensive line in the league. Only weak spot might be right tackle.
Villanueva.
Villanueva, I like that
Maurice
guy.
Pouncey.
David Castro, pretty solid group. And then the defense,
Yeah,
you got
to it.
Cameron Hayward. They did lose Javon
TJ
Hargrave.
Watt, he's a beast.
They lost Hargrave, their nose tackle. So we'll see how they replace him. But they still have Stephon Tuitt and Cameron Hayward up there. TJ Watt off the edge along with Bud Dupree, finally living up to his hype. Very good. Vince Williams and Devin Bush is a decent inside linebacker duo. Secondary, Joe
Their
Hayden.
secondary is really good too with
Minka.
Hayden and Fitzpatrick.
Yeah.
And Edmonds isn't a scrub either.
And Steven Nelson is decent.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, they got. I mean, they've like we said, very solid team. Up there. Um, in terms of, I think this
If all
team
goes to
is.
plan, this could.
I think this team is like 10-6 team, but like more 10-6 than I had the
I
Browns. You
think they're
know,
11-5.
11-5. Really.
Yeah, I think they're gonna be good.
They could easily start off 4-0. They play the Giants, then Denver, Houston, Tennessee, and
Well,
they could win all four. They have a chance to win all four of those games.
their defense literally carried their team last year, and they still went 8-8.
This is true. That defense is really good. They
And
were 8-8 last year.
Big Ben is back.
With
He's gonna be better than ever, better than Duck Hodges and Mason Rudolph.
right, they had a dude whose name was Duck,
Yeah,
and they went 8-8. And they play some pretty weak teams. They play the Bengals, obviously twice because in the division.
yeah.
They play the football team. They play Jacksonville, and they play the Giants. So I think they have some. So they definitely have the potential to go 11-5. But I like what you said, Idris. You have both the Browns and the Steelers at 10-6, but you have like they're it's a tier above them. Like the Steelers are a tier above in terms of like 10-6 teams.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, I would think Ravens are the number one or number two seed in that AFC. And then you got the Steelers are the fifth seed. The Browns are the sixth seed. You know.
Yeah, I think they can get three teams in the playoffs. Because the AFC kind of sucks.
But yeah, so we got first the Ravens, second the Steelers, third the Browns, and fourth the Bengals. Any objections?
I like that.
None. Zero.
I like it. Anyway, so that concludes our episode for today. Um, Today is what's the date again? September 7th, right?
The
September
ninth.
7th.
Oh yeah, it is the 7th. I don't know why I said the ninth.
The 9th from.
We'll likely be back on Wednesday, and um, remember football in 3 days, guys. We've almost made it.
Hi.
Anyway, we will see you guys. What's it called? We will see you
Wednesday.
guys Wednesday, the 9th. Have a good one.
Alright, y'all.